Robyn.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So Robyn and I have just been having a nice lunch and we were discussing all about business, and one of the things that has been in our minds lately is how both of us are not particularly akin to the word business. Hence why Robyn has decided that she has an enterprise rather than a business. And I wonder, Robyn, if you could just share with me your thoughts around business and why you've decided to call your business an enterprise and how it makes you feel and what the difference is.
I think probably because a lot of what I do relates to emotional blockages and blockages that we create in our lives right from when we're born. And one of the blockages for me, I think, was created as a child, just listening to my parents in their generation, which was all about how business is, for the people who are rich. People who have their own business aren't actually, they're always a bit dodgy, was the word that we used to fling around a lot. That you need to have a government job, that you need to be working for someone, and that's your security. And I think the word business has a little bit of that connotation with it for me still, and that's just something that I need to work on to release. But just in saying that, just by changing that word from business to enterprise has just made the whole thing feel very, very different for me. And it's just one of those ways of actually, shifting some of those blocks that stop us from moving forward.
Lovely. So you were saying before that the way the world has changed is that now that it's not just about having a business that makes money, it's so much more than that. It's all about having a business that aligns with who you are and allows you to express who you are. And so that's right at the beginning of this. I've mentioned having a creative lifestyle business, and that it's a platform for self-expression, an outlet for creativity, a purposeful venture that delivers more than money, that lights you up and brings you freedom, purpose, joy, and personal fulfillment whilst delivering something of immense value to the world. So you'd agree that it's not necessarily about having a business, it's about having a life that allows you to deliver what you want to deliver in the world.
Absolutely. I think everything's changing a little bit now. We're not stuck in that cycle of go to school, get a good job, earn lots of money, then pass that on to your children. It's more now about actually finding true happiness and following your joy and your passion and passing that on to the next generation, because when we have that joy and happiness in our heart, then everything is abundant.
Yeah.
And it all flows.
Yeah, no, I love that. So you've been on this little journey with me for a few months now, and something that's sort of, I remember at the beginning that I know you've sort of had a little, I don't know if you'd call it block around it, but this whole idea of being creative.
Yeah.
And, I see you as a very creative person because you're every day creating something new to deliver to people in a different way. So I think that, maybe a few people would associate with that feeling because they go, oh, creative people are, artistic people, but I can't paint, I can't draw. I was terrible art at school. In fact, it used to scare me, I'd get it wrong. How do you feel about being creative now? And do you think that maybe you are creative after all?
Well, yes, and I think that's what doing this course with you has shown me. It's shown me that there is a different creative energy, I guess, and working with people and all from all walks of life every single day, there's a creative energy that goes with that to be able to, tap into them and what they need. So most definitely. Plus, I am probably, as you see that you do have that creativity, some other stuff starts to come out that you've got that you didn't realize you had in regards to, making people more aware of what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to living your creative path. Is that something that you think you're doing now?
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm really grateful for it. But it's been a little bit of a dream, I guess, for a long time. And that, again, goes back to that. You've got to keep your job. You've got to keep the security. Working for Queensland Health as a nurse was a secure platform, and that's what I was told. So giving that up and actually following what I really wanted to do, which was work on helping people release these blockages and these emotional things that stop them from moving forward in their life and actually finding their own true passion, has just been great, and I love every minute of it.
And so can you just give me a little bit of a super quick rundown on maybe where you were when you started out and how you've maybe changed your belief system in the last 6 months? Because this little snippet that we're delivering here is all about believing, and you know, if you don't believe something, then you know you're on the back foot really when it comes to creating something, and creation is all about letting go of the known and sort of moving into the unknown. And I guess you've done a lot of that over the last 6 months, and you're doing it every day, and I can see how brave you're being and courageous and taking these steps forward and everything. But so how do you think, you know, give us a real quick rundown of how some of the things how you've shifted your beliefs in the last 6 months?
I think it became more about letting go of how many clients are coming in and being worried about how that's progressing forward, rather than just trusting in the process and trusting in what I do as being something that's really helpful to people. So once I kind of started through understanding that it is creative what I'm doing, that it is unique, and being able to, over the last 6 months, define it into exactly what it is, and not sort of trying to branch it out into something that it's actually not, and bringing it sort of more to an understanding that when people see or come and actually are a client, then they get a fairly, they get a really good idea of what it is about, because it's more defined. And so for me, that's just made it a lot better to really be able to just say, this is what I do. Yeah.
So you think that you've become, you've got more clarity around what you're delivering, and
Absolutely.
You've got more trust in allowing that to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think once you get that clarity about what it is that your main focus is, then everything else, that then it becomes clear. And once you've got that, then you can start to move forward. I mean, it doesn't stop everything from growing. It just makes it more defined in where it's going to grow.
Yeah. Okay. So just give the listeners here a very super quick introduction to your enterprise. And
so we're called Crystallised Healing, and we're based here on Tamborine Mountain. And basically, it's an emotional therapies release is the line that we're using, the catch line that we're using, because it's that sort of, I think, makes sense to people on some level. But basically what we're doing is we're helping you to release those emotional blockages that start from a very young age, usually at birth or as a young child, where you set blockages that, or you get, trauma, or something happens, or, you've listened to specific adults that tell you the same thing over and over again. Your self-esteem may be compromised. You feel less confident than you could. And these create little blockages in your life, and you carry these through your adult life, and basically it can sort of stop you from being able to really find what you truly want to do. It also, so I go into helping you release those blockages through, I've got qualifications in counselling. I've been a mental health nurse for a really long time. And all of those, a lot of life experience sort of comes into play to being able to reframe situations in your life that make you see where that could be stopping you from finding your true passion or moving forward.
So it's fair to say that you actually help people look at their beliefs in a new light and help them release the blocks around those beliefs, because this is all about how we believe and what we believe, and most of those are based on beliefs that are ingrained within us. And you're saying that they manifest themselves in the body, and you help to sort of release that belief. That's really great. So just in closing, I guess, what would you say to those that maybe are not quite believing that they can follow their true creative path? Maybe they're where you were 6 months ago, and they're a little bit sort of in fear mode around half in, half out, shall I, shan't I, what if? What would you say to them? And
it's about finding where the fears began. It's about looking for the actual root cause of the fear and then working to release that. We all have in our souls a true knowledge of what it is that we really are here for. It's just remembering that. It's not even finding it. It's just remembering it. And sometimes, our life puts us in situations where we forget. So it's about just really, tapping into what it is that brings joy into your heart. When you have joy in your heart, then moving forward is easy.
Excellent. Okay, and what are you most excited about looking forward then?
I think what I'm most excited about is being able to help people and help them find their true passion and find what it is that they really want to do with their lives, or what actually just brings them joy to their heart. And helping people shift those things that just go round and round in our minds and we think about over and over again, or learning to forgive, learning to forgive yourself as well. So and learning to be grateful.
Lovely. And so on a closing note, what would you say has been the most valuable experience through the Big Vision Baby Steps journey that you could share with people that are looking to maybe step out on their true creative path? How do you think that it's helped you find and follow your true creative path?
I think it's made me kind of look at myself and understand what it is that I actually do have something to share. That's the main thing that I've learned out of this, is that when you become calm and you shift all of those other things around and get clarity in what you want to do, or get clarity around what you already know you want to do, then moving forward is really easy. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that's come out of this for me, is to sort of really be able to look at myself and see that, yes, I do have something to offer, and now I know how to offer it.
Fantastic. That's so exciting. Oh, I'm really looking forward to moving forward with you on a baby steps journey. We're getting close to, we've still got some steps to take, but I'm so proud of where you're at, and I'm really excited to keep going forward with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been fantastic.
All right. And we shall look forward to seeing great things out of Robyn Pacey from Crystallised Healing.
Thanks, Sandy. Thank you.